Hey YouTube, Sweetknives here. Thanks for checking out another cool video. We are looking at the bailouts from Benchmade. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're reviewing all kinds of cool stuff, doing lots of unboxing videos, and trying to give you guys a sense for some really good knives and just basically things you should be looking out for. We got tactical gear, flashlights, all kinds of good stuff. I wanted to show you these two. These are kind of the two standard bailouts that are usually available, just standard. So let's bust out this first one. Notice right away that the blade steel is made out of 3V. That's a very unique blade steel. So let me just show you this knife a little bit and what it looks like. This is, all Benchmades come with one of these little baggies, and it also comes with this little sticker that says access lock, and the paperwork is always folded like that, and they have that foam like that. Now, as you can see, if you're familiar with Bugouts, this kind of looks like a Bugout. And the one big difference is the blade shape. As you can see, this has got more of a tanto type blade shape, and the blade steel is made out of 3V. Now let me zoom into this a little bit. It does have a, for some reason it has kind of a hard time focusing in on that. But what I'm trying to show is this is almost like a bead blasted finish. It's not satiny, it's not black coated, it's like gray, kind of gray bead blast coated, I guess you might say. Very different, kind of a different finish there. That's a little bit better look at it right there. And this is the model number 537. A little bit looks on the handle. One of the really nice things about this particular knife is it's super lightweight, and it's got this lanyard hole, massive lanyard hole right at the end, and you have a deep carry pocket clip. So one of the nice things about this type of lanyard hole is when it's in your pocket, you can grab it with your fingers and pull it out. That's, one nice little feature. If you're not familiar with 3V, that's a very hard working steel. So it's meant for heavy use, hard work, prying, all those kinds of things. So if you're going to be using a knife and you want it to really be put to the test, and you're going to be working hard on it, definitely look for 3V. Great knife. Let's compare it to the other one I had. This one that we were just looking at is the 537 GY, and now I want to show you the other one that I got, which is the 537 GY-1, and I'm going to show you the differences. Comes with all the same stickers, paperwork, all that kind of stuff. As you can see right away, very similar design, but the handle is made out of aluminum, and the blade steel is actually made out of M4. So we're moving up in blade steel. Some might argue that. They actually look very similar. Let me zoom out here. So you can see very similar designs. You can see on this side the lanyard hole is a little bit different. This one has a carbide tip. So I don't know if you guys, well, you can see that, but that one there has a carbide tip. Same deep carry pocket clip. This one's heavier. And then the blade steel is an upgraded M4. So you're paying about $150 for this one and about $250 for this one, because you get the aluminum handle and then you get the upgraded steel. So let's zoom back out here. Just for comparison size, I do have a kind of a decked out Bugout. I wanted to just show you size comparisons between, this one is the upgraded Bugout that has the aluminum handles, but I wanted to really just show you some difference in size, just so you can kind of see, you know, difference in size. Not a lot different. In fact, if they didn't have these special bugouts, I'd say definitely go with the Bailout, this M4 one. But this one is a great knife here too. This is the 535 BK-4 Bugout. Another really kick butt knife. Another knife that's common that we see people compare these to are Griptilians. So I do have a Griptilian here as well, and I just wanted to show you kind of the size difference between a Bailout, a Griptilian, and a Bugout. So you can kind of get the sense there. One of the big things that comes to mind right away when you're comparing these kinds of knives is the thickness. So notice the Griptilian is much thicker than the Bailout and the Bugout, and the blade is much thicker too. It's not necessarily bigger, but it is a bigger knife. So just want to give you guys some comparisons. A lot of different options for folks. What I tell people, if you're going to get a knife, and I'm actually going to make a video on this, but one of the things that I'm seeing a lot of lately are fake knives. And what I'm talking about are specifically for the Bugouts, like these Bugouts, and now even some of the Bailouts and Griptilians. And so what I would caution people is, even though you look at these knives and you say, God, they look great, I think I'm going to get one of them, I would caution you in getting those. If you're going to buy one, make sure you do it from a legitimate site. I'll put links in the description for all these legitimate sites, Blade HQ, several others out there that are legitimate dealers. If you buy from one of those dealers, you're safe. You're going to be safe 99.9% of the time. Where you run into a lot of trouble is if you buy on eBay or you buy from a big box store. Because what I'm seeing is people will buy a knife like this from a store and they'll return it with a fake knife. And then that store will sell you that fake knife. And here you're going to a legitimate store thinking, oh, this must be real. Believe me, that happens more often than not. I wish it didn't happen, but it does happen. And so a couple knives, if I had to choose knives to stay away from, unless you know what you're doing, do not buy a Bugout. I mean, just don't do it. That has to be the most copied knife out there. I see fakes all day long for 20, 30 bucks, and they're almost indistinguishable. Now, I haven't really seen too many like this one, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. So if you're looking for a knife to not buy because you're not sure, I would stay away from the Bugouts. I would be very cautious on the Griptilians and all of these. You'd be better off picking a newer Benchmade that just came out in 2022. You can look through their catalog and see which ones are newer. Oftentimes those ones are not counterfeited. So again, take that for what it's worth. But you want to be really careful if you buy any of these and I would stay away from eBay or online general sites. If the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. But then again, I see people selling fakes for 150, 200 bucks. You can check out some of my playlists here on fake Benchmades, what to look for if you're really interested. But with that, guys, that's a little bit of the comparison. Be careful if you buy any of these. Buy them from legitimate places. Would I buy the Bailout? Absolutely. I think I'm a little bit partial to the M4, but if you can pick up this one in 3V for a decent price and you know you're buying from a legitimate place, I think it's a good buy. But this is definitely more heavy duty. There's just no question about it. Getting that aluminum handle, to me, is worth it. If you're going to get a Griptilian, get one that has the exotic steel, like 20 CV. This one has 20 CV or M390, M4. Spend a little bit more, get the better steel. That's my 2 cents. But again, each to their own. Guys, if you like what you see, if you made it this far, take the moment, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. That goes a long ways to helping the channel. Thank you guys very much, and until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.